Alright, hello everyone. My name is ZhanHamad. In today's video, I'm actually gonna start a new series. It's been a while since I last traded a funded account, so I'm just gonna share with you guys the thought process on how to actually get a funded account, and I'm gonna be documenting my whole journey. This is full transparent. Even if I blow an account, I will buy a new account and just trade. Alright, guys, I'm gonna be full transparency. If I blow the account, I'll blow the account. If I actually get a payout, then I get a payout, of course. So how I want to approach this is I'm going to start with, since it's been a while since I last traded a funded account, I've been focusing on my live account. So apologies. So for day one, planning and execution, the prop firm that I'm going to go with is actually Funding Pips. Alright, why Funding Pips is because I've heard good reviews about Funding Pips. The payouts is fast. There's a very good support system. You can just contact their prop firm and then ask questions or any inquiries, etc. And yeah, it's just overall very good firm. And one of a close trading friend of mine actually recommended this prop firm, so I'm actually gonna go with that. And if you guys know, if those of you guys who are in the prop firm space, you guys know that FTMO is obviously one of the best. I believe it's the best out there, since 2015 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And one thing why I didn't went with FTMO is because it was very pricey. They charge in pounds or euros, I'm not too sure. But Funding Pips overall, I believe is a good firm. Hopefully, if everything goes smoothly, they will accept my withdrawal and I'll actually get a payout and a certificate as well. So account size that I'll be going with is actually 50k. Now many of you guys may ask me, Zhan, you're profitable, why do you want to go with 50k? I want to go with a 50k and get a payout from there, and then reinvest it into 100k and get a payout, reinvest it into a 200k, get a payout, rinse and repeat. And then you guys can see, okay, this guy isn't playing. Okay, he wants to actually start from, I would consider, a small account, and then basically document my whole journey. It will be divided into different series, and then from 50k, 100k, 200k to potentially my first 7 figures. Okay, so Funding Pips is the prop firm that I'm gonna go with. I'm not affiliated with them or anything or whatsoever. I'm just giving my recommendations. So if you guys want to go with a prop firm, it's either FTMO or Funding Pips. Now the account type that I'll be going with is actually 2 phases. Now 2 phases, what does it mean is basically, okay, first of all, I want to explain what is prop firm in general. Prop firm is basically where a company borrows you money to actually trade with, but there's certain rules and certain profit target to actually achieve. That's just a clear, very short example. If you guys want to know more, just do your own due diligence and research about it. But yeah, the account type I'm going with is actually 2 phases, so that it will be divided into phase 1, phase 2, and a live account. It's 3 lah, but then you only want to focus on phase 1 and phase 2 because that's like your test and to make sure that you're actually profitable before you jump into the live account itself. Alright, so for phase 1, the profit target is actually 8%. Now 8% may seem a lot, right? Yes, it actually is a lot, but with my strategy and how I approach things on funded, I believe it's very reasonable and it's gonna be pretty fast lah. Alright, so 8% for phase 1, the profit target is 50k. 8% of 50k is actually 4k. Yeah, if I'm reading this right. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it's 4k. Alright, so I have to achieve 4k within, there's actually no time limit lah. There's no time limit. So if it takes me 1 month, it takes me 1 month. I'll be documenting every day, guys, so just keep up to date. And then for phase 2, it will be 5%. Alright, so 5% is essentially 2.5k. So it's much more easier lah. They want to test you to see whether or not you can pass this 8%. And once you pass it, I'm pretty sure you get a certificate. If not, then you move on to the phase 2 account. The phase 2 is you just have to profit a target of 5%, and then boom. Alright, so as I said, if you guys want to know more about daily drawdown and stuff, just do your own due diligence, research about Funding Pips, and yeah. But for live account, I'm gonna be targeting 5%. But let's not jump straight into the ocean. I'm not gonna be delusional and say that, oh, I'm gonna pass this and then I'm gonna get a 5% payout. No, I'm just gonna keep it transparent as possible. I mean, I am confident that I will pass this, but market can do whatever it wants to do. As long as I manage my risk properly, then it should be fine. But the profit split is actually 80-20. So what does this mean? 80-20 means if I choose to withdraw 2.5k, alright, I will actually get 80% of 2.5k USD, and then they will keep 20%. That is how the broker or even prop firm actually earn their money lah. So if I'm not mistaken, you can actually choose to have a 100% payout, but I'm not too familiar with that. Let me just take it to 80-20, right? Okay, so here is where the planning begins. Alright, So this is my plan that actually made me payouts from funded, and I've been getting payouts consistently lah throughout my second and third year, but I chose to focus on my live account and yeah, etc. Alright, so for drink up, always good to hydrate. Alright, so for your first trade, for my first trade, I'll be risking a percentage per trade. Okay, so many people have different ways to approach funded. Alright, they can risk 0.5%, they can risk 1%, but that is ultimately up to you. This is my own planning. Alright, so not financial advice, of course. Just take it into consideration, or if you guys want to try it, you guys can. Alright, so I have the lot size and all of what lot size to use. Don't worry about that. Alright, so the first trade, I'm going to be risking 1%. 1% is essentially $500. Alright, so I need to make sure that this trade, if I'm risking 500, I need to make 1k. That is a positive risk reward, meaning you're risking 1% of the account to make 2%. So if you're risking 500, you need to ensure you make 1k. That is a positive risk reward. Obviously, it can be higher, but the lowest minimum is 1:1. Okay, so I won't be setting break even at all, right guys, because I'm trading the pair called Euro USD. I won't be trading gold, and I've been backtesting this new strategy. My SL is about 3 to 4 pips lah, so I don't see the benefit of me breaking even, because sometimes it may go back to my entry before hitting TP. So 1:2, risking 500 to make 1k, and then my account balance will essentially be 51k, which I'm up 2%. Alright, so for my second trade, I will be risking 2%. Now, many of you guys may think, 2% is a lot, yeah. Your daily drawdown is 5%. But you have to remember, when I'm risking 2%, I'm reinvesting the profits that I make from my previous trade and putting it into my second trade. Therefore, the amount I'm risking is only the profit that I made. If I lose it, so be it. Alright? So I'm risking 2%, which is 1k. Target of 1:2 risk to reward. And if I profit well, if I hit TP, then I will be up 4%. Not up 4%, I'll be up 6%. But that trade itself, I would have made 4%, which is 2k. Alright, so to sum up, my account balance will be 53k. Alright, 53k, which is 6%. Okay, now when you're up 6%, all you need, bear in mind, you're up 6% within 2 trades. So all you need is one more trade to reach that 8% target, and your first phase is done. Alright, so for the third trade, I'll be risking 1% risk again, $500, target at 1:2, profit 1k, and then I will pass the account, because the first trade you profit 2%, 4%, 2%. So first 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2%, 4%, 2%, overall is 8%. Alright, so the account balance will be 54k. You will receive an email, you have passed phase 1, blah 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 blah. Alright, and now when we get to phase 2, here is where it kind of like give you a bit of headache, because the second trade I'm actually risking 1.5 risk to reward, but I'm gonna explain. Okay, I'm gonna explain. Right, so 5% target for the second phase. It's much more easier than your first phase, so it should be no problem if you're a profitable trader, right? So for first trade, I'll be risking 1%. Okay, when I'm risking 1%, I need to make 1:2. So I'm risking 500 to make 1k. You guys get the gist of it. So I'm up 2%. My account balance will be 51k. Now, for the second trade, you are risking 2%, reinvesting your previous trade profits into this trade. When you risk 2%, I'm risking 1k, and I don't need a 1:2. All I need is a 1:1.5 to actually pass the account, because you need 3% more to actually reach that 5% target, because on your first trade you actually managed to profit 2%. We're talking about percentages. I hate maths, but I'm sorry, you guys have to understand this. Alright, so just a 1:1.5 RR, the profit will be 1,500. Why did I say RR like that? What the hell? Okay, so the profit will be 1,500. I will be up 1.5%. Boom, pass phase 2 within 2 trades. So to summarize things, first trade you need first phase you need 3 trades. Second phase you need 2 trades. In overall you need 5 trades. But of course, with the minimum trading days and all, I'm not too sure if you can actually pass within 5 trades lah. And of course, this is if 100% win rate. Okay, I'm not saying that my strategy is 100%. I'm just saying that you guys need to know how to manage your risk. But obviously, I'll document my whole journey. Yeah. Don't worry about that. Alright, so very simple planning and execution. Alright, so today's video, this is basically what I have to summarize for you guys, and how I want to approach funded. Obviously, if you guys are not profitable, take a look at my other videos. I've actually shared the interface of how to use MetaTrader 5, TradingView if I'm not mistaken, and a lot of other stuff. I'll be doing more to actually show you guys everything. I just want to do everything for just give out some free sauce for you guys. But basically today, in today's series, we'll be focusing on planning and execution. Tomorrow market opens. If I get a trade, I'll actually do a trade recap. If not, I'll just back test and then just show you guys lah that today is a no trading day and why is it a no trading day. Alright, so yeah, to those funded traders out there, I hope you approve of my execution of how I actually plan to execute my funded account. You guys may have different approach, but ultimately, as long as you can make money, then that's a W. I'm not hitting on anyone. So yeah guys, that's about it. I'm actually gonna call it a day. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna give you guys another update on another video tomorrow, so I'll keep you guys updated and I'll see you guys at the next one.